Your wife is begging you from the soul to step up,
do
something. What are you doing checking in with her? And again, it's not.
Yeah, I need a bag, bruh. Send it through quickly. I'm making his dog like I'm in a big leagues. Yeah, I told him I'ma hit it out.
We have another episode of the Married Game Podcast. We are the voice you trust when it comes to lust, and we are who you hire when she lacks desire.
I like this new setup.
You like it? Yeah, I like to switch it up every once in a while, keep people guessing what the hell's going on around here.
One chair over.
I moved a chair over. So, okay. I'm going to hit you with something. You don't know what's coming.
I don't know what we're talking about.
You don't know what we're talking about right now, but it's something that, oh shit, it baffles me, boggles me, and frankly bothers me.
There it is.
It bothers me.
Okay.
We spread all this amazing love on the podcast. We share with people how to get their wife to actually want them. And guys will jump on the call with us and decide if, hey, they got a problem, they want to get it fixed. They want their wife to want them. They've been suffering for years, almost always years, sometimes months, but almost always years, with the problem of their wife doesn't initiate, participate, any of that. And they're like, dude, this sounds like the program for me. We've got all these testimonials of guys that have gotten the right results. Our program only empowers a dude to become the most attractive version of him and to uplift his wife. Only to get to the end of the conversation and they say this. Dude, let me check. Let me talk this over with my wife. Let me check in with her. Let me see if and it's something like that. And at that moment, my heart drops for this guy. And I think, how big of a pussy do you have to be to check in with your wife to see if she'll let you invest in becoming the best version of you? I don't know how to say it any other way than that, but that's the topic I want to talk about today. And I want to I have a lot of angles that I want to hit out because I've thought about it a lot, and I watch these guys, beautiful men, that have absolutely lived a life with no testicles whatsoever. Wow. That's how, and I just go, oh my God, do you not know that very thing that you have to go check in with your wife is the exact fucking reason why your wife doesn't want to have sex with you, because she no longer respects you, any of that. And I ask a lot of questions and I have all the thing, and we'll talk about that. But as a woman, if I had to come in and check with you to ask your permission, or I hope I get your support, or anything like this, and yes, I'm a little cranky, but I'm mad not at them. I'm mad for them. I'm so like, oh, I want to cry for you, you poor, sad soul. As a woman, what do you have to say about this?
I'm pretty sure she wants him to invest in himself so he's better for her. If we didn't have those poor souls, we would be out of business.
Not necessarily, because the guys, that's not true.
Okay.
But I don't want to interrupt you, except that's not true.
But I'd love to hear your point, but it's the trickle-down effect. He lost his balls, so now he's not the man, and he's not making the strong man decisions, and he's not strong enough for the family, so possibly.
Let me tell you why it's not true.
Okay.
Because the guy that goes checks in with his wife never comes back.
Never comes back?
They don't come back. No. Because the wife goes, we don't have a problem. No, you don't have a problem, bitch. I have a problem.
Okay.
The wife normally doesn't have a problem. She's like, it's fine. You don't have sex, blah, blah, blah. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. He's like, it's not fucking fine.
Not all the time, but yeah.
They don't come back.
Okay.
They don't come back. And that when he says that, there's some that actually I can break through their thick fucking skull and be like, whoa, wait a second. Let me ask you a question. If you had a bleeding ulcer inside of your colon, or something was going on inside of your intestines, and you needed the money to be able to fix that, would you have to go ask your wife for? Oh, no, that you would encourage it. But yet this thing sits in you and rots like a cancer inside your soul that you don't have any power in your relationship anymore. And you're going to go check to see if you can fix it.
It's years of history of her not trusting him.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's why it's the reason why you said, well, if it wasn't for these souls, we would have a business. No, that's not true. Those guys just go away into a distance. I want to almost, I don't know if there's a question I can ask and be like, hey, I don't know what the question is, but I've got a lot of maybe possible questions. But the question for me is, it's the reason why our business continues to thrive without these guys is because the guys who do buy, they don't need to go check with their wife. And in marketing and in business, you're trying to filter out people who aren't a good fit, and you're trying to attract only those who are a good fit. And so anytime I get on that phone, I just go, I wonder, what did we do wrong with our marketing that they would think that answer would fly talking to me? And then I'll convince some of them and be like, okay, I'll do that analogy. Or a lot of times people have money hang-ups, money beliefs, and they're scarce. And it's like, we have to do a better job marketing. I know I'm all over the place on this one. And I knew there was a passion in me. That's why I said, you know what? I want to go in an angle. I'm not going to tell you what it is, because I can fucking blow fire into this microphone about it, about how sad I am for the guy. And how fucking mad I am at him. Not at him because I'm mad at you. I'm like, you dumb motherfucker. Don't you understand? Your wife is begging you from the soul to step up. Do something. What are you doing checking in with her? And again, it's not their fault. Well, hold on. It is 100% their fault. But our society hasn't raised guys to be like this. But our guy is the guy that says, dude, regardless of what my wife says, I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for me. But as a woman, your lady boner has to absolutely shrivel. If I was to come and I've never done this with you ever. But if I did, would you not feel like I am with the biggest pussy on planet Earth?
If it was on this topic specifically, yes. But I love to be included or just discuss, but you don't have to ask me. I trust you.
Yeah.
I know you're investing in yourself, which has gotten us, results.
Well, I invested in myself long before you ever met me, which got me to where I was, to where I was even attractive to you.
Exactly.
And
that's the man I looked for. There you go. And then you kind of lost it for a little bit and was, and then you lost who you were. Yeah. And then I left you. And then here you are now.
Yeah.
You're making a strong point.
It's because I need to change the mark. I've got to figure out something to let these guys know that if you get on the phone with me and you have to go check in with your wife to see if you can invest in yourself, do not book a call. I've been able to talk some of the guys into it and just be like, well, hold on, let me ask you some questions. And I'll ask a question like, hey, if you had a thing, would you have to go check in with her?
Yeah.
A lot of times what happens is the guys make all the money, and yet we make all these decisions together. It's just this fucking pussy way of living in America that these men have literally given their fucking testicles over to their. I'm so mad about it. I'm so mad because it's like, dude, you're going to sit there in a cage and hope your wife throws you the key? And I don't... Man,
you're so worked up about it.
I'm so worked up about it because my respect level for that man is so low. And rather than yell at him and berate him and call him a pussy, and that I don't think helps, even though that's how I feel inside.
Definitely doesn't help.
And my frustration is that high. But for those of you guys watching and listening, if this is your situation at home, you need to really pause and consider where you're at. Because, dude, you are not a leader. A leader does not have to check in with his wife to be able to invest in himself to become a better version of himself. So if that's your situation, And you're going, oh, dude, fuck this dude. Like, he doesn't even know. He doesn't get it. No, I do get it. I do get it. And that's why you don't have what I have. I would never tolerate that. These are just the facts.
It's facts.
But nobody talks about it. And I'm like, I'm tired of fucking not talking about it. And I've had a couple of this happen this week. And this guy, like, these guys are the best candidates for our group. And their life would radically change. And yet their cock is in a cage, as it were. And they're just hoping and begging and praying their wife will set them free. And the reason it's so angering to me is it's like, don't you understand? You hold the key. Mm-hmm. You hold the key. Dude, that might upset my wife. Well, maybe you're afraid. Do you ever think I'm afraid to upset you if I really believe in something?
No,
Not
never.
even, never. And you guess
and
what?
Quite the opposite.
And guess what?
And same.
And same.
And same.
And you know what that breeds? Respect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have some goddamn respect for yourself. Respect for yourself to say, listen, our program is anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000. And if you're in your 30s or your 40s and you can't afford a $3,000 to $10,000 thing, I'm pulling off the gloves. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck. Listen, I'm going to be as respectful as possible. And I understand that there are times when you are down on your luck. I get it. But the fact that you can't put together $3,000 to $10,000 to get into a coaching program to change your entire fucking life is the very reason why your wife doesn't fuck you. You know why? Because you're not a provider. How protected are you? Have I ever been down low on my money? You goddamn right I have. Mm-hmm. So I have respect for that. If you're in a temporary dip, hey, keep going, don't give up. But dude, I know late teens and early 20-year-olds. I've got one of my sons in his early 20s that could afford this program. You know why? Because he went and worked his ass off and saved the money up. So I want to be gentle with you, but I also want you to know I have no fucking respect for you either. None. You know why? Because you have proven to yourself that you can't even fucking take care of yourself, and you expect some woman to be like, wow, I can't wait to fuck you. It's ridiculous, dude. I know I'm going off the rails, and I'm just tired of it, dude, and I'm going to talk from my fucking heart, man. Anything you want to add to that?
No.
Okay, good. I have more.
This is just your TED Talk here.
It's because I'm so tired of men being fucking pussies.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm going to tell a story. You made me do it.
I didn't make you do nothing.
Coach Rob. I had a coach named Coach Rob back in, I was 12 years old. I was playing Pop Warner football. I was the quarterback on the team on offense, and I was like a defensive captain. I think I was the middle linebacker on. We're talking I was 12 years old. So this is not like I used to play in the NFL at all. I realize I
love that you can recall your details so specifically.
Well, that was my life. Dude, when growing up, all you think about is how can I play in the NFL? Or how do I play in the NBA? That's not what I thought about. No, not you, but I had a penis and the balls, and that's as an American kid growing up in the late 70s, early 80s, and 90s, that's all we thought about. So Coach Rob said this, and this is why I'm telling you guys this. If you're still listening and you think I'm an asshole, that's fine. But here's the bottom line. He would tell me, Keith, you're better than that. If I was messing around or goofing off, or I wasn't hustling, I wasn't doing, and I used to think he was saying, you have better skill than that. Quit making mistakes. That's not what he meant. And he was a dickhead. Like, dude, he'd make me run extra. He'd make me do extra push-ups. And he would say to me, it's only going to make you stronger. I'm like, I'm the best kid on the fucking team, dude. He didn't care. He knew that everyone's going to catch up at one point, and if you don't have and he was like, what he really meant was, you know better than that. You know better than that. Why didn't you hustle to the ball? Why didn't you run all the way through the line? Why didn't you know the plays like you told me you were going to know the plays? I trusted you to know the plays and to show up as a captain, as a leader of the team. And so what he told me is like, you know better than this. Like, you're not doing what you know. You're hanging back. You're being lackadaisical. And that's what I'm trying to be. I want to be Coach Rob to these guys. I'm like, you know better than this. This is fucking ridiculous that you can't afford $3,000 to $10,000 to change your fucking life. And your wife looks at you like an absolute fucking pussy, and you know better than that. And I want to be the voice to you go, you know better than this. You're better than that. And you know what? There's going to be guys that watch this that are going, you know what? I am better than that. He's right. I am better than that. Yeah, but I look back and Coach Rob was my favorite coach ever. Ever. Why? Because he did make me better. I had another coach on another story. This one's actually even better than that one. If you were riveted by that one, this was Coach Terry. I was a catcher in baseball. This one I was actually really good. Going in as a freshman in high school, the varsity, like where the seniors played, they were saying they wanted me to be the catcher at the varsity even as a freshman. I was pretty decent. And it was because I had this one coach named Coach Terry. Coach Terry would literally make me take my catching glove off, and he would pitch balls to me, and it would hit me in the chest with the chest protector. And he would throw balls in the dirt, and he would make me stop it without a glove. He'd put my hands behind my back. I think I was 13 or 14 at the time. I was like super fucking scared. And he would really ride my ass, like really fucking ride my ass. If I didn't do what he told me to do, he would be like, what the fuck? And he would yell from the dugout to me during the game, and my parents would be in the stands. Now, my father, bless his heart, doing the best he can with the tools he had, came over. This is actually going to make me cry. I'm so fucking passionate about this. And he said, my dad yelled at him. And he said this. My dad's like, what are you doing? Why are you yelling? And he goes, your kid's excellent. Too bad you never push him. And you know I'm fucking good at everything. Like literally, like anything we do, we come out with the Ascend, we do all these things, and I'm always the winner of all of it with my teammates. And I know I'm a good athlete and all that good stuff, but he saw it in me, and he's like, your son's excellent. Too bad you never push him. And you know what? That's what's missing. I got these men that are like, let me go check with my wife. Nobody ever fucking pushed you. And so you don't even know what you can do. When I did 75 Hard, Andy Frisella, the guy who did 75 Hard, honestly, if you listen to him, he kind of sounds like a dickhead. He's just loud and yelling, and everybody's fucked up. Valentine, I'm making a point. And I love him, though. Like, I can listen to him because he's so hard, because I had hard coaches. And when I did 75 Hard, I would not miss a fucking beat. I made sure I did it because I knew that Andy, even though he's my age, I think he might even be younger than me, he hearkened back to Coach Rob, Coach Terry, where these guys saw greatness in me and they would not let me slide because they knew I knew better. And that's kind of where this message is coming from for you guys is, as somebody who's 44 years old, I've had some financial success, more than most, but not as big as some. I've had, obviously, tremendous marital success, and I've also eaten some fucking dicks in the May. Not literally, but went down a bad path. And it was you holding me to a standard, others holding me to a standard that actually showed me who I could be. And I tasted a little like, oh shit, I actually can be great at something. Oh shit, I actually am great at something. Oh shit, with a little bit of effort, I can do this. And so I think this whole rant that is like so, like, it's been bothering me. That why not just share it with the audience and say, hey guys, you're better. You're fucking better than this. And as my wife, who's seen me fucking pounding Chipotle burritos and acting like an idiot and blowing up to 250 pounds.
Or more.
I think that 250 was my highest. Whoa. But 250 on a 6-foot frame with all this muscle looks pretty fucking ridiculous. Like bad. And then you've also seen me turn it around. As a wife, what does that do for you? When I'm pushing myself harder than I've ever pushed.
That's the only way I want to see you. I mean, what does it do for me? That I expect that from you now. I wouldn't have it any other way. That's why I left. I couldn't be with someone who didn't try, who didn't continue to work on themselves or and hold themselves to a higher standard.
Yeah. I think I resisted being a hard ass for a long time because I wanted people to like me. There was a people pleaser part of me that that I wanted people to like me. And I've actually come to realize that the more strict I am with my standards and I hold people to my standards, the more the right people actually like me. And it's actually very few. My inner circle, you know who my inner circle is. I'm pretty bold. I tell people about my 4 horsemen. And this is just the diary and confession of Keith Yackey at this point.
I think you needed this.
Yeah, I did. And I have people all the time like, oh, I'd like to hang out with you more. I'd like to spend more time with you. And like, well, there's channels for that. But I'm always watching. Does this person do what they say they're going to do? Hey, I want to come and be a part of something. I say, okay, here's how it goes. And then they ghost me. Mm-hmm. Don't even have the fucking balls to say, you know what, that's not right for me right now.
It's easy to wing out people.
It's so fucking easy.
Yep.
Here's the filter. Do what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it. Oh, you don't do that.
Yep.
You don't get to be in my circle. It's that easy because I got Coach Rob and Coach Terry in my fucking head like almost all the time.
And Coach Jess.
But as a woman, that's one of the most.
When we were first together, that wasn't like your main thing. I mean, you're always late, or you would try to manipulate your way into getting kind of what you wanted. Mm-hmm. And you've grown into this guy. This is the guy.
There was that guy used to manipulate to get what he wanted. Now this guy almost demands what he wants because he thinks he deserves it. And you know what? He kind of fucking does. Well, not everything. I can't just demand everything. But like, I have a high standard for people who are around me because I live by such a high standard.
Because
and anything
you live by
else,
a high standard
anything
now.
else is like, oh, you're not cut from the same cloth.
And you do what you say you're going to do now.
Yeah.
So people want to give you that respect.
How much trust do you have in my word at this point right now?
99.9999%. I just don't say 100 just for shits and giggles because we're human.
Yeah.
And I give grace in those areas. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is that sexy?
100%. When trust goes up, lust goes up.
So that was my mission. That was my message today, Jesse.
Diary of Keith Yackey.
You look so damn pretty with your peekaboo cleavage popping out in your hair and all the things you got going on. And I manipulated.
I tried to match your hat.
Yeah, you did. Show them. I monopolized. That's not right.
I don't know.
Monopolized.
There you go.
I monopolized the mic because it's just fucking pathetic. And I don't know what political leaning you guys have. Frankly, don't care. But I can tell you what I see is the problem in our country is men not stepping up, men not being held accountable for what they fucking say. And I'm so on a rampage right now with anybody in my life that if they don't do what I say, I'm just done with them. Mm-hmm. I don't need any more friends. I got the coolest, bestest fucking friends on planet Earth. I got the greatest wife. I got a cool family. I've got a great business. And it's just almost like I don't need anybody else in my life. And if you're going to have to really fucking stand out, and that sounds cocky to pussies. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I wrote something. You know how I write those things on the board? I've been writing a lot more for the girls. Mm-hmm. The whiteboard like for Jovi and Adrian on our whiteboard in our garage. I want them to see it. And I said this, and I want to teach it to you guys. This is what I teach my 8-year-old daughter and my 16-year-old niece, and a lot of you guys don't get it, so you need to listen the fuck up. And it's real simple. When you do something that's hard, even when you don't want to do it, you gain confidence, self-confidence. And when you have self-confidence, the opinion of others diminishes greatly, specifically those who do not do what they say, who do not have self-confidence. Their opinion no longer is, they aren't even worthy to have an opinion about your life. And the internet has brought these people out to make everybody has an opinion. Mm-hmm. No, you do have an opinion. But there's only like 4 opinions that matter to me on planet Earth. You know why? Because everybody else's opinions fucking suck. You have not earned the right. You have not earned the right for an audience within my brain ever. You don't do what you say. You don't do what you say. I think I need to do a solo episode maybe once a week.
You'll just get oohs and ahs from me.
No. Like, so I don't want to waste your time. Where I'll just come into the camera and just fucking unleash all this fire, because this is, I kind of feel like it's my job as Uncle Redwood to let people know, like, hey man, you're fucking up, and you think you're a victim. That's the worst. How attractive is victim energy?
Oh, gross.
Let's get your
gross.
Let's get your opinion on victim energy. Yeah, right?
I won't even stay in a conversation with someone doing that.
It's so crazy.
On that note, let's have a good day.
Yeah.
You feel better?
I do. Watching these men not stand up as men, and kudos to the woman, kudos to women who are married to these dudes, kudos to you. Here's the thing that people understand. I can talk like this because I used to be it. I never checked in with you if I should ever invest in myself. Like, that was like the thing for me from the very get-go, early on in life, that if you don't have a mentor, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You're an idiot. But I dropped the ball on so many other things. The reason why maybe I'm so fiery now about it is because I know collectively we as men, we're better than that. And kudos to you and to all the women out there that are married to guys like I used to be, and probably a lot of guys on this thing. And I feel in some sort of way that the more soft our society gets, and the more that people are like, it's okay, you're okay. The answer is no, you're not fucking okay. You've been lulled to sleep. And this having to check in with your wife is a symptom. And I just want to be like that voice of truth for people, to be like, man, you're fucking up. And I know it's going to hurt to hear that. Mm-hmm. But if I don't say it and nobody else is saying it, and the only reason I think they listen to me is because I have what they want. Like when I look at an Andy Frisella who's got all the cars and all the money and all the things, the reason why people listen to him because they go, I want what that guy wants. The reason why people listen to Garrett so much, and it's cult-like with Garrett. We've been to a Warrior event. It's like those guys are, it's cult-like. It's because he has what they want. But to have what people want, whether it's amazing sex life like you and I have, or all the cars like Andy has, or the $26 million mansion on the beach like Garrett has, or all the things that guys would like, yeah, I want that, yeah, I want that, yeah, I want that. The wanting, everybody wants it. The wanting that's just a part of being a dude. But yet nobody wants to actually work for it. And they believe, and I did this. I'm seeing myself again here. I was always looking for the shortcut. You know this. Mm-hmm. I was always looking, well, what's the easier way of that?
Mm-hmm. How do I cut corners?
Yeah, how do we cut corners?
Yeah.
And it's almost as if
your life and your body reflected that.
Yeah. And this very big lie that every man seems to buy into at one point in his life, and sometimes never divorces this lie, but there are a few that do. It's this lie that, well, it's just going to happen one day. I'm just going to make a bunch of money one day because when I get older. No. I'm just going to get promoted in my work one day because I've been around long enough. No. My wife's just eventually going to start to fall in love with me. No. My kids are eventually, no. And the biggest lie is that eventually it's just going to happen, and it's not going to happen unless you go fucking make it happen. And eventually you just have to get to a point where you're like, I'm stuck. There's nothing else I can do. There is something you can do. You can choose to get better and just accept whatever the prescription is. So that's all I got to say today.
That's true.
If you book a call with us, be prepared that we have an answer for you. And it's not you going and begging your wife to see if she'll let you do it. That is actually why you, that's why you're not getting laid. So, any closing comments on that, Jessie?
No, that's all very true.
You looked really good today.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm just the eye candy on the side. Have a good day, folks.
No. I promised them something. I promised them something.
What?
I promised them I'd come up with a great cliche.
Oh, okay.
And I got 2. I'm going to give them today, and I want them to vote. So you guys, you're going to have a...
Just so you guys know, he was writing them down, a whole bunch of them.
We were on a plane to Washington, D.C.
And he was having me read them, and some are funny.
By the way, a lot of times people work hard because they go, you got to work like your life depends on it. Well, our life doesn't depend on anything here in America. Like, you can go be a fat fuck and drink Slurpees and Twinkies and for nothing and become 600 pounds and you're still going to survive. That's the modern age we live in. But if you were to know that the quality of your life depends on the decisions you make, because there was a lot of people in the back of that big-ass plane that were all packed in like sardines, while you and I were in first class laying down in beds flat.
That was amazing.
Enjoying the shit out of the fruit of our labor.
Yeah.
We were laying flat. So when you think about this, like, of course, you're not going to die. So you don't have to work like your life depends on it. But you need to work like the quality of your life depends on it. Your quality of sex life depends on how much you listen to the shit we say and do it. Plain and simple. The quality of the car you drive depends on if you're actually going to do the work. And the quality of your life depends on it. So I promised you a new saying, and I came up with a lot of them. But what I believe are the final 2, and we'd love for you to vote. You can either hit us up on Instagram at Keith Yackey or at JessieJoy1111.
Yeah, put it 11.
At JessieJoy1111. And by the way, if you're not following us on Instagram, you should get over there because we do a lot of clips from here on there. And it's the only place I'm actually active and interact with the people.
Me too.
And it's real simple. Don't be a turd. Spread the word.
What's the other one?
Don't be a nerd. Spread the word.
No, there was a better one.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Well, vote on those ones if you like. I think that's my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah, I think those are my favorite. Don't be a nerd. Spread the word. Or don't be a turd.
I'll bring
spread
my favorite.
Word.
You'll say my favorite next time.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, there's about 18 of them, but those are my favorites. So that means we're
come
simply
up with a new one every time.
It's real simple. This show grows when you spread it. So you wanted me to say something about grow and share the show. If you want us to grow, then share the show.
I don't know.
Yeah, I felt it in your eyes. All right, but hey, this is it's about sharing it. So if you know somebody that can use this, share it. Oh, we have something coming up. I almost forgot to tell them.
Oh my
We need to start
God.
doing these things before the show. Unless we're going to do, so you might want to start following us on social media right now at Keith Yackey and at JessieJoy1111 for this reason. We're going to take a 30-day period in the not too distant future. And for those of you who share the show the most, we are going to do lunch with you here in Dana Point. Mm-hmm. You can fly in and do lunch. We might even have you in the show live, watching the show. But if you're a total fucking creep, you are not going to be welcome in here. But we'll have to sift through that. But if you're sharing the show and you're sharing this and you're actually doing what we're telling you to do, and that's sharing the show, we want to reward you for being awesome. So that's coming soon. Make sure to follow us on social and we'll release that. But with that being said, don't be a nerd, spread the word, and keep crushing it because that shit is contagious.